bread and butter and coffee. Perfect little breakfast in the albergue. Okay, super quick morning update. It is about 6:15, my earliest start yet on this Camino. Last night I was with 3 other pilgrims in the albergue, which was actually so nice. But anyway, one of the pilgrims, Jin from Korea, he wakes up really early. I think this morning he was up at like 4 a.m., probably out the door by 4:30. And he was telling me how beautiful the mornings are with the stars in the sky. And last night was a full moon and I can see it there. So I did not want to start at 4:30 or 5, but figured a little after 6, it'll probably be dark for the first 20 minutes or so, but then I'll get to see the sky light up. So I'll be back more later with an update. For now, I want to pay close attention to where I'm going. I'm leaving the village right now, but hard to see arrows, so I want to kind of refer to my map and make sure I'm not getting off track, but I'll be back soon. Says a bar, 200 meters. I am not convinced that it's going to be open though. As ever, we will see. Might be open at 9:30 and it is 9:20. So I'm in this cafe and sign said to open at 9:30 and I got here a little before 9:30. So I waited around and then I came over because there was a woman like sweeping out front and I asked if it was open and she's like, come with me. And we like went in a side door and this place was dark and she made me a coffee. And then I guess the woman who really works here was late. The other woman was kind of annoyed. So anyway, I've got my coffee and I just ordered scrambled eggs. So I'm the first customer here, but the timing was pretty good. I was a little bit early, but good that I can sit and have a little break and get a bite to eat. Oh, look at this. Perfect. What a beautiful area outside. Oh, this is a really nice place. And I found a fountain on the way out of town. Really perfect. There's a church, the little picnic area outside. This area right across from the church would also be a really nice spot for a break. So I was just following the Camino signs and then this car came along and the man rolled down his window and kind of like pointed off to the side. But he said this way is better. And so then I checked the Blink Camino app and it turns out there is this alternate path, and I'd actually gotten myself on the alternate path, but I was just following the Camino signs. But I don't know, he said this way was better, and it actually looks a little bit shorter, and it all meets up in the end anyway, so yeah, we'll try it. And this whole time I thought I was taking a video. Anyway, I followed this kind of alternate path which actually isn't the Camino or the alternate path, but it should connect to the Camino. But, okay, I'm gonna have to actually stop taking video to figure out where to go. Okay, made it to the road. Should be the path of the Camino. So I had to just kind of pick my way down through that. There was a trail, and maybe I lost it, but yeah, the view up at the top was nice, and maybe this is a little shorter. I don't know. In any case, I do think I'm back on the Camino, but I better just check the Buen Camino app and make sure. So I was taking this pretty photo of the stone, and then I glanced up into the tree, and that looks like the leg bone of some animal. Great. Guess is that this person was developing horrible blisters or the shoes didn't fit, but this is like a perfectly good pair of shoes. This dog is doing a great job of moving this herd out of my way. I am entering Rionegro del Puente, and this is the place on the Sanabres that has a really kind of renowned restaurant that has a chef who prepares these gourmet meals for basically a pilgrim's price, and it's supposed to be excellent. I've heard so many good things about it. Turns out they're closed on Wednesday, and today's Wednesday. So not gonna get that meal, but I think there's another restaurant in town, so I'm gonna try it at least for a drink, and we'll see if we can get a bite to eat. And again, it's just another reason to walk this route again someday and just make sure I pass through this village on any day but a Wednesday. Okay, so now's not the best time to take a video because it's really windy and my hat keeps flying off, but turns out both restaurants, bars in that little village were closed. Unbelievable. So I couldn't get a bite to eat or a drink, but I did take a little break on a bench in front of the church in the shade, and I had a little food in my pack, so I made like a little sandwich. But as I was sitting there, this couple in a car drove up, and they called the number on the church to get someone to come and unlock it. And so a woman came, unlocked the church, and I figured, oh, I'll go inside since I'm here. And so then I kind of got swept up in a tour of the place, and couldn't understand it because it was all in Spanish. But these two other pilgrims who were biking the Camino came in, they asked for a stamp, but the woman was like, no, I'm giving a tour right now. So they joined in, but then, oh, this woman, she was so sweet. She just kept going on and on about stuff, and the guys on the bikes were like, okay, well, we have to go. And she's like, okay, I'll give you the stamp. And she took us into another room, and we got a stamp, and she gave us these little like prayer cards to take along with us. And, oh, it was really kind of funny and nice. But I was kind of thinking the same thing. I was kind of caught in the middle of it. And I'm like, I can't leave. That'll be rude. But meanwhile, I'm like, I either going to be sitting down and taking a break, or I've got like 9, almost 10 kilometers yet to go. It's 2 o'clock. It's a long day. But luckily the guys on bikes move things along. So there was no food there, but in the end it was kind of a nice stop anyway. So it is really windy, which is actually kind of nice, at least for me, for walking, because it cools things off a bit. And there are some clouds in the sky, though it's still pretty sunny. Yeah, so I figure I have about 2 more hours of walking. I feel good right now. Let's just hope I stay strong for these last 9 kilometers or so. All right, I just got in the albergue. Classically, it started to rain literally 5 minutes before I got here. But, oh, this place is neat. So I just got the keys from a woman in that house, right? Just like on the same street. And it's a tiny albergue. And it's a Donativo. Between 5 and 7, she's gonna open the church so I can get a stamp and look around. And yeah, it looks perfect. I got such a haul from the grocery store. We've got some tortilla, some pastries for the morning, some soup, iced coffee, yogurt, beer, salad fixing, some ham and cheese for sandwiches. I'm gonna eat probably a lot tonight for dinner. And I needed to get stuff for breakfast tomorrow. I wanted to bring some lunch stuff as well. All this for 13 euros and 26 cents. I am using my electric coil for the first time on this trip. Gonna make some soup.